We are here with Dave Geyer, co-head coach of the LSU swimming and diving programs and the head swimming coach. Dave, first off, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Dave is entering his 6th season with the program and first as co-head coach. He's going to help us preview the 2010-2011 season on the swimming side. Now, I know it's been a busy summer for your student athletes, both inside and outside the pool, with swimmers competing both nationally and internationally, as well as your team's efforts in the community. But the fall's upon us, and I know you guys are into your training now. Tell us about how that training's going and how you think you are at this point.
We're doing well. We're whipping them into shape pretty quick. We're about 3 weeks into the season. Right now we're focusing on a lot of stuff on the dry lane, just trying to get some of the athleticism back and just overall physical fitness. We're starting to spend a little more time in the water and training, and that's going to start to transition here in the next couple weeks. But right now, a lot of time in Tiger Stadium, a lot of time in the weight room.
And I want to talk a little bit about your new coaching staff. You went out and hired 2 new assistant coaches on the swimming side, Lance Asti and Brandy Collins. Tell us a little bit more about Lance and Brandy and what some of their responsibilities will be for the upcoming season.
Yeah, and Lance came in from Clemson University. They're phasing out their program. It was a good opportunity for him to make that step into, the SEC conference, come back in the SEC conference as a former Tennessee swimmer there. And he's going to serve as our recruiting coordinator in the office and head up our recruiting efforts there. And in the water, he's going to spend time as our sprint coach. That's his passion, that's his enthusiasm, that's his background. So we're happy to have him on board there. Brandy comes from University of Arizona. She was a captain on the 2008 national championship team there, went to NC2As, got to go see the president, so she has that background behind her as an athlete. And then for the past 2 seasons, she's been on deck with them as well, working with their breaststroke and IM group. So she brings a great deal of knowledge, both from an athlete and as a coach.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at each squad a little bit more in depth. We'll start with the LSU women. All 5 swimmers who competed at NCAAs last year are back. The Lady Tigers only lost 2 student athletes from the entire team. Both of them were seniors who completed their eligibility. And you're welcoming another top 15 recruiting class, the second time in 2 years. So do you feel this could be the most talented Lady Tigers squad that you've ever seen here since you've been here?
I do. I think the potential is definitely there. There's definitely a want from the women as far as wanting to succeed. We just got to tap into that potential and see what happens. But from top to bottom, probably the deepest squad we've had over the past 6 years.
And certainly the leader of the team is senior Yane Trepp, 5-time All-American. She holds 7 school records here. We've watched her continue to improve each season. She broke all 3 of her school records last year, and she was a finalist at all 3 events at SECs. Do you see her making a run at an SEC championship this year and maybe some individual All-America honors?
I do. I think, like I said about the whole women team, I think the want is there for her. I think we'll all be disappointed if she doesn't finish out that way her senior year. There's definitely a want. She's doing what it takes right now in the water, out of the water, to have that success, and she's certainly deserving of it.
And as I mentioned before, she's not the only one who was at NCAAs last year. As I mentioned before, the Lady Tigers sent 5, with Morgan McGee, Amanda Kendall, Samantha Goetz, and Mary Beck also representing the squad there. Talk a little bit about those 4.
Yeah, for them, last year, for a couple of them, there was first time at NC2A, so it was just gaining that experience. I think we all left that meet a little bit disappointed, a little bit hungry, and that's carrying over in this season already. I think that, like I said, that hunger, that need and passion is there to try to make ourselves better and get back to that meet and actually excel there.
And as I mentioned, you have a very talented class of newcomers coming in, highlighted by 4 collegeswimming.com top 100 recruits. Seems like a number of girls who can make an impact right away. Talk a little bit about that freshman class.
We're excited for them. We got Carrie Blaylock and Tori Bussey out of North Carolina, both strong IMers. Carrie has a very strong butterfly. Tori has a very strong breaststroke, which we're excited about their potential. Kira Jones out of Texas, some great backstroke potential there. Rainey White, from what we've seen so far this year in the water, from Alabama, has a great deal of potential in the freestyle events. Overall, like I said, from top to bottom, it's that top 15 class again, and there's a lot of depth in there. We're excited for that class to definitely succeed.
Well, let's move over to the men's side a little bit. 4 NCAA participants returning, with All-Americans Hannes Heil, Andre Tuamala, and James Myers, as well as an NCAA qualifier in Craig Hamilton, who broke 2 distance freestyle records last year at LSU. Talk about each of those guys and what they bring to the table.
Andre brings a lot of international experience we look forward to. He definitely has some passion to go to 2012 in London and compete there. So he's bringing that to the table. I think his NC2A meet, again, he was disappointed with, so he's bringing that hunger to the table now. So we're looking forward to some leadership from there. James, being a senior, he definitely has hunger. He wants to stand on top of the podium at SECs in that 200 medley relay. I think all 3 of those guys that are back want to be a part of that. And they have a desire to be top 3 in the nation on that relay as well. So the desire from those relay guys are back, and Craig has some big-time goals as well.
All right, and of course there's been some solid swimmers over the years, not just those 4, but guys like seniors Clint Hallam, Luis Gonzalez, have really been solid contributors at SECs, at dual meets. We also saw the emergence of some young guys, Simon Diefenthal and Martin Youngfleisch, for example, who emerged late last season. Who are some of the young guys returning from last year that you think have the potential to bring or take it to the next level?
Like you mentioned, Clint had a great summer this year, stayed here and trained. I think he wants to finish out his senior year well on top. Simon got a taste of the SEC mate and able to score last year. He has a desire to try to break a school record in 200 backstroke. We're definitely goal-oriented this year. Those returning guys, those underclassmen, are all goal-oriented. They're directed what they want to do and really stem off the season last year and have a more successful season.
And only 4 newcomers in men's swimming this year, but at least a couple of them will probably make a major impact right away. Tell us about the newest additions to the LSU men's swimming team.
We brought Michael Sacco in from Miami. As far as that medley relay goes, losing Sean Lanieve last year as a senior hurt us. He anchored those relays very strong. But having Michael come in as a freshman this year, who's just as fast, just as a quality swimmer to anchor those relays, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think those relays will definitely be faster with him on it this year. He is a passion in the water and a switch that he hits when he competes and trains that I haven't seen in a long time in an athlete. So we're excited to have him. Right now, Walter Lute from Louisiana is having a good season so far, getting things done. Shane Coltharp is really impressed us in the water right now. He's been training to his extremes every day, really pushing his body to the limit right now as a freshman. So we're excited to have him pushed as well.
Okay. Before I let you go, I want to talk about the schedule a little bit. LSU fans will get several opportunities to see the teams race at the natatorium this year before they dive into postseason competition, including Florida State and Florida. The Florida men coming in back-to-back weeks beginning October 30th. So tell us a little bit about the dual meet schedule and how that sets you up for postseason.
We have a lot of challenges on our schedule this year. We're going to head up to Alabama in October, swim Auburn on a Friday, swim Alabama on a Saturday. And you mentioned the Florida State combo as far as swimming them on a Thursday and then Florida State coming in the following Saturday to compete them. I think competition at that high level is good for us. It sets us up for the fastest conference in the country. We need to be able to swim and compete against the best, be able to learn to swim fast on back-to-back days and stuff like that to make us able to compete at the SEC and NC2A level. It's an exciting schedule.
Well, Dave, thank you for joining us today. Good luck next season, and we look forward to visiting with you from time to time.
No problem.